This is Ice Cream Gecko, and in today's video we are going to take a look at the Cremissimo Tiramisu ice cream with marsala wine and many tasty pastry pieces. I bought this particular pack for €1.79 at my local Globus, and yes, we are lucky to be able to take a look at this together today. Now, pause if you want to take a look at the back here. I'll zoom in on some of the things. Pause if you want to take a look at the ingredients list right there, and pause if you want to take a look at the nutrition table right there. 900 milliliters of ice cream for €1.79 seems like a decent deal, but something that's throwing me off a little bit is that this thing right here, it doesn't crack. Usually when it's new and not being opened before, when it has not been opened before, it makes a little cracking sound. It doesn't crack here. I do hope that I cracked this myself and that no one cracked this in the supermarket without me knowing about it. But I don't know, maybe I try this and I will die, but I fear that I'm not that lucky this time around. Now, let us take off the top here. Looks wise, it seems to be fine though. No spoon has been driven into the ice cream at this point in time. Scent-wise, what does this smell of? Oh, it smells alright. It does smell of tiramisu. You do have that alcohol scent here. Yeah, definitely. Looks-wise, it's fine. Scent-wise, it is fine. So I guess it's time to maybe take the knife and get ourselves a little piece of tiramisu ice cream, put that into our consumption bowl. Oh no, that doesn't sound too healthy, does it? Let's take the spoon for this instead. You don't need to eat too much plastic with this ice cream here. Let's take it out. There we go. So I don't see any of these like regular pastry pieces that you see on the regular tiramisu. Well, I do see some here, but I don't see this being like a proper layer. No, it doesn't seem to be like that at all. Scent-wise, it is still like it was before. It does smell good. Yeah, it does smell of tiramisu. That's all I can really say right now. So I'm going to put the rest of the ice cream into the freezer, and I will be back with you in just a second. Alright, I'm back at the desk, so let us take a close look at the ice cream in our bowl right here now. Consistency-wise, this seems to be nice and creamy. Scent-wise, we've determined that it does smell good. Our tiramisu ice cream with the coffee sauce and the coffee pastry pieces. Now, let us go for the first spoonful of ice cream here and see what this tastes of. Okay, I am a bit surprised. It does taste of tiramisu. It does have this airy texture that you expect from these pastry pieces, sort of. Consistency-wise, it's very nice. It's fluffy, it's light, it's still creamy. It's a bit watery, but nothing too bad at all in this first spoonful of ice cream. I have to say that I'm positively surprised. I expected some sort of weird aftertaste right away, but there's nothing here, at least not yet. So I think I'm going to go for another few spoonfuls, I guess, right? Now, I did go for another few spoonfuls. I have to say that the texture of this is quite fantastic, actually. I said that it's a bit watery. I don't think I was too right with that. Maybe I just used a wrong term to describe this. It doesn't have something that you often get with not the greatest ice cream, that sort of creamy but slightly slimy texture and aftertaste. Now, this is quite clear cut, a bit like water, as in there is no like texture left when the ice cream is gone on your tongue. This is what I should have said in the first place. But I have to say that here you can actually hear. Maybe I have to get closer to the camera. It's got that weird airy texture that I've never seen before quite like this, but it's fantastic. When you've got this ice cream in your mouth, it does feel like you've got a little frozen cloud almost in your mouth. It's It's really weird, but it's really good. And I don't really taste a bad aftertaste at this point in time either. We do have that cocoa powder here up top. Maybe it's coffee powder instead. I don't even know. I don't really taste any alcohol flavor. It did smell a bit like alcohol, like tiramisu kind of should, I guess. But flavor-wise, I don't taste any alcohol flavor, which is good, I guess, when you market this to all age groups. But yeah, I don't really know what to say. There could be more pastry pieces in here. That's what I'm thinking. But for the most part, it's quite alright. Maybe that dark stuff here is actually like pastry piece. It seems like it's a mixture of ice cream and pastry piece. Maybe it's something in between. A weird new species of food. A species of food. Wow, good one. Good one, Mr. Ice Cream Gecko. Okay, I think I'm going to continue onwards with this, and I'll see you in a second. I proceeded with the tasting here, and we are down to a much smaller piece of ice cream now. I have to say that this is still fine. No bad aftertaste is apparent at this stage. I do like this. Texture-wise, it's fantastic. This sort of lighter ice cream here is fine. Then the darker streaks throughout the ice cream, those are fine as well. I would wish for some like larger pastry pieces maybe to I guess add a bit of a different texture here, but it's quite alright. I have to say that it is overall quite alright, this ice cream. It's much better than I expected, and currently for $1.79 this seems to be a very decent deal indeed. So I guess I'm going to finish this off, and I'll see you in just a second with the review sheet. Alright, the consumption process is complete and we're ready to rate this with the review sheet. First impression wise, 1 out of 1 available point. It did look good, it did smell good. I don't have anything to complain about it. Color wise, same story here. Everything has been looking fine. I don't have anything to complain about it. Consistency and texture-wise, this has been quite surprising as well. Usually, when you've got Cremissimo ice cream, something's off. It's either too airy, or it's in a weird way too slimy or too watery. This ice cream right here was quite fantastic for Cremissimo ice cream, therefore I'm giving it 2 out of 2 available points. It was very airy, but it was airy in a good way, not in a cheap way. It didn't leave any slimy aftertaste in my mouth either. It was overall quite fantastic. I would have wished for a bit more of that, what is it called in English? Sponge biscuit or something like that. These pastry pieces. I would have liked to have more of a texture of that to be present more often. There were just a couple of small pieces around, but for what it was quite alright, and therefore I give it 2 out of 2 available points. Flavor-wise, 4.5 out of 5 available points. I have to say that I'm once again surprised by this ice cream in flavor as well as in texture. It tasted like tiramisu ice cream. It wasn't quite tiramisu. There wasn't any like alcohol flavor whatsoever, but the flavor that was there was alright. And maybe I'm giving it too many points here. Maybe I'm a bit too far into the sugar rush at this point. But for a Cremissimo ice cream, I have to say that I really enjoy this, and the fact that I don't have a nasty aftertaste in my mouth right now is fantastic. I love that. So make it a 3.5 if you want. I don't know. I'm just quite happy right now that I'm having an ice cream from Langnese, well, whatever the brand is called where you live, and I don't have an aftertaste here. And then the flavor was fine too. The cocoa powder there, that was fine. The coffee sauce was fine. Yeah, it was quite good, and that's all I really want to say here. Theme realization, I give 0.75 out of 1 available point. You could give half a point here. I think that there should be more of these pastry pieces in there. These, like, I thought lady fingers is another name for them. Sponge cakes, sponge biscuits. In German they're called Löffelbiskuit, which means spoon biscuit, which sounds very different, but maybe it's called that because you can, hold it into milk or anything like that, and you can just take up the liquid like that as you would with a spoon. Maybe it's something else entirely. I've got no idea. But sponge biscuit or sponge cake is a nice name for them too. Now there should be many more of these things, whatever you want to call them, whatever we are going to call them now, in here. There weren't, just a couple of small pieces. That was a bit unfortunate, but the rest was fine. It did smell of tiramisu more than it tasted of tiramisu, but overall I have to say I really enjoyed this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to eating the rest of this stuff, and that's not something that I say too often with Cremissimo ice cream. So in total 9.25 out of 10 available points for the Cremissimo tiramisu ice cream. Okay, I think this is where I'm going to end this particular video now. So if you have a question or a video suggestion, leave it in the comment section down below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, feel free to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I'm going to see you soon. Until then, bye bye.